Is it true that when you die, you do? Hi, I'm Seth. Welcome to Video Pics. Great to have you here. Today I'm reviewing the possession of Hannah Grace. Two aspects of this film were troubling to me right off the bat. Number one, I've read that this J. Mitchell film was shot a few years ago under the name Cadaver, and it's only coming out this November 30th. Number two, this is one of the only films being released this weekend, so we'll have next to no competition. Both of these circumstances would make me want to watch Widows again instead of this film. The movie stars J. Mitchell as Morgan Reed, Ray Damon as Andrew Kurtz, Sonia Koenig from Castle, Kirby Johnson as Hannah Grace herself, or maybe not. This movie is also rated R, which is the first time in a long time I've seen the movie's rating so prominently displayed. Morgan Reed is a cop who's just out of rehab. When she takes a graveyard shift in a city hospital morgue, she faces a series of weird and violent events caused by an evil entity in one of the corpses. So what happens is Hannah Grace was possessed by an evil entity. The family tried to intervene, and an exorcism was performed and failed. But what isn't clear to me is why Hannah Grace's body took months to get to the coroner's office. Is someone or something controlling her after her death? First of all, when I saw the trailer in the theater, I didn't think it was really scary. Compared to this was not scary. But I think if you're superstitious, it would definitely be scarier for you because it's a death based on a failed exorcism. This movie is not wholly about the exorcism of Hannah Grace. That's just where it starts. It's a genre film by Brian Steve, the guy who brought us the Scream franchise. And even though possession is at the heart of this film, it can also act as a barrier to experiencing the full terror of this movie. Like I said above, because if you're superstitious, it may be that much scarier. Another scary aspect of this movie is the claustrophobic feeling of being trapped in a morgue basement in the dark with a mutilated corpse demon. Now that's something that makes everyone panic. It's in this atmosphere that triggers the trauma that caused Morgan Reed's addiction. She must deal with the horrible, swirling nightmares of her past while guarding Hannah Grace's corpse from the demon. Like Scream, there are humorous parts scattered here and there to give the viewer the time to breathe. But those breaks only seems to amplify the horror when it resurfaces again, sometimes as visual scares, or sometimes as audio scares, that something is creeping up behind you. The way Hannah Grace's body is portrayed, all twisted and mangled, is due to the fact that Kirby Johnson, the woman who plays Hannah Grace, is also a dancer and contortionist. She inhabits the corpse and makes it spring to life to bring more believability to the film. Some people may think that the pacing of this film is uneven because it moves very quickly in the beginning, then it slows down in the middle as Morgan explores her underground cell. Working environment. Then it speeds up after the creature makes itself known. I think the slow part acts the same as the humor because it gives the audience a rest, but also gives them a fear of what has yet to come. Of course, you can draw conclusions based on other films in this genre, like The Autopsy of Jane Doe, but don't. This film is different. Don't be fooled by the first act. This film is going to come at you from several different angles. This is just another trick the filmmakers are using. You have to examine each scene for clues. If you like horror films where the scares keep on coming, this is your jam. And now it's time for my video picks. Today I'm focusing on movies that are about feeling trapped, and one that's a psychological thriller. Insomnia. Insomnia is a 2002 film starring Robin Williams as Walter Finch, Robert De Niro as Will Dormer, and Hilary Swank as Ellie Burr. LA detective Will Dormer is sent to Alaska to investigate a murder during white nights when the sun never sets. He gets insomnia, which disorients him enough to shoot and kill his own partner while in pursuit, so he feels guilty. After that, Ellie Burr has also been assigned to his case, but he doesn't know that murder is only part of the plan. The Shining stars Jack Nicholson as Jack, Shelley Duvall as Wendy, and Danny Lloyd as Danny. It's based on a Stephen King novel. Jack is a writer and former alcoholic who accepts a position as an off-season caretaker with his wife Wendy and his son Danny. Danny has the Shining, which means that he can see into the hotel's dark past. As the movie goes on, we find that the old caretaker descended into madness, and Jack seems to be heading in the same direction. My ultimate pick is Alien. Alien is a 1979 film, sci-horror film, starring Sigourney Weaver as Ripley and Tom Skerritt as Dallas. A space merchant vessel receives a distress call from a moon, and the company policy says to investigate. They damage the ship when they land, and they find that the signal comes from an old alien ship They enter the ship and one by one they start disappearing as if they are being hunted. Alien won an Academy Award for visual effects. This one movie started a media franchise that includes novels, comic books, toys, video games, and several movies. The latest Alien movie came out in 2017, but nothing can match the first one, where you get a feeling of dread that starts building and building, and if you've never seen the Alien before, it will terrify you. If you like this video, click like, subscribe, visit my comments in the section below, and I really want to thank you for being here today and watching my video even though I'm sick. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you in the next video pics.